Good afternoon and happy Wednesday to all of your sunshiny faces, guys. I was able to get a good amount of things done for today, which is really nice. And so we set this morning, was up at like 7 o'clock or something like that. And then we ended up, I think I was telling you guys, maybe I told you guys about how we did the paper airplanes yesterday, and I was like, oh, let's try and do paper boats today. We can like get the little pool out and everything like that and try and like float them in there and, you know, that kind of stuff, and maybe try and see like how much stuff can we get to float in like the pool or whatever. We have like one of those little like literally it's like a foot rinsing like little pool, because like everybody that I knew that always had a pool used those to like just rinse your feet off before you'd actually go into the pool, so that it wasn't like covered with grass or stuff like that. And so yeah, but you know, it's just one of those little like hard plasticky kind of like little pools. So I was thinking about doing that today, but I figured since it would be like, honestly though guys, it was really cool out, so that was like one of the reasons why I was like, maybe we'll try on Friday if it's supposed to be warmer, because it doesn't look like it's supposed to thunderstorm like until the weekend, I think, or like, you know, rain or anything like that. But I was like, since it's like outside water play, I was like, I don't want to do it when like he can't enjoy the water. He can't just like, you know, get in the pool and stuff like that if he wanted to, instead of being like, yeah, here's a little pool and you just like don't get wet at all because you're in like nice dry clothes and like clean clothes and stuff like that. And I don't want him to like get his like nice shoes, because he has like, he brings like a separate pair of like I don't know, like sandal kind of, you know, like water shoes sort of almost, but they're more like sandals kind of, and so I don't want him to like get his like gym shoes like all soaking wet either. So that's why I was like, maybe I'll wait till Friday and ask his mom to bring like, you know, his swim stuff. And like I said too, because it'd be a little warmer, because honestly it was like nice out today, but it was almost a little cool when there was a breeze, like just a little bit. So I was like, honestly, I don't want him to like be freezing cold either. It was like 70s today, which is really nice. But I figured out, guys, I made my first ever paper boat before. I told you guys how yesterday I made my first ever like legit airplane, like paper airplane, and today I made my first ever paper boat. So I was like, wow, like I am so proud of myself. I know too that you can make paper hats the exact same way using like newspaper instead, so I was thinking we could honestly try that too. That might be kind of like a fun thing to do, but it wasn't super easy to make the paper boats, so I probably wind up making them myself. And I even saw too though, you can add if you take like a toothpick, you can make like a little like the sails and stuff like that. So I was like, that would be so cute. So we might try and do that, because I was like, a paper boat's gonna get wet in the water, so like coloring it or using markers or whatever is just gonna bleed into the water. And so I was like, maybe we could like just do that and like, you know, make it so each person has like a different boat or whatever, so that we can tell each other's apart and stuff like that. And it might be something kind of cute to do, and like I said, design it however you want to, like do a pirate ship one or, you know, something like that. So I think that's what we're gonna do on Friday. So today actually his mom ended up bringing 2 games, which one, guys, is like a brain like game kind of thing. It's like a single person game, you can play by yourself. There's like these little cards. I think the game's called, was it Tip Over? I literally think it's like just a super like basic name. And it was, honestly guys, his mom ended up leaving them because she's like, oh, just hang on to them, because she had to like leave to go and get like go pick up her paycheck and stuff like that. So she actually came to get him first, so she was here earlier, and she sent me a text message and I didn't end up getting it in time to like have him ready to go, like so she could pick him up. And so she like, just keep those here, because I was like trying to get them together so like I could send them with her. And she's like, just leave them here till Friday. So honestly, me and Jack were playing this game. It was so much fun. Like, we played with him and everything like that, and then we also played, I think it's called Jenga Max or something like that. It's also like a really fun game. And we were playing though this other one, like I said, I think it's called like Tip Over, and it's like one of those brain games where like you have to figure out, like, it's almost like what I thought when I first saw it was like one of those, like, you have to figure out how to move the box out of the space or whatever. And it's sort of similar to that. You actually have to figure out how to get the guy out by knocking these like crates kind of things over. It's like a really, you know, not a very big game, but it was so much fun. And I was like, after he ended up leaving, me and my dad actually ended up running to, my mom had to get a prescription, so we went and picked that up, and then we ended up going to Jewel to actually go and pick up the they had a deal on Coke products, and so we ended up picking up Diet Coke for my mom. It was only $2.50 a case, which is like half the price I pay at Aldi. And then they also have bottled water on sale for $1.99. So it was, both were when you bought 4, so we ended up stocking up and went there. We spent like 18 bucks though for 4 cases of water and 4 things of Coke products. We also got 1 regular Coke too. So we, like I said, ended up going and picking that stuff up. And then when we came back, we ended up watching the Cubs game. And when we were watching the Cubs game, I was like, let's break out that game and like try it, because it was so much fun. And I was like, honestly, it's like one of those like brain teaser games. And once I started, I was like, I have to try all of them now, because they had like, I think there were like 50 cards or something like that. And so, like I said, it's one of those like where you really have to think about like, okay, how do I do this? What's the next move? How am I supposed to get to the next like spot or whatever? And it was honestly a really fun game. I was like, Mom, I know what you can get me for Christmas. I honestly too, I think my cousins would really like it for Christmas too, because they really like those kind of like brain games and like, you know, that kind of thing. So I was like, Mom, this would be a really good Christmas present for them too. So my mom might be ordering a couple of those for Christmas this year for us. But it was like addicting. Like I said, once I started doing it, I was like, I don't know why I can't like stop like playing this game. And then Jack even too, he was like all in on it. He was like, I have to try some, because we were doing it with him when he was here, and he was like explaining to us and showing it, but it was kind of hard to do because again, it was like a 1-player game. So like I'd do one and he'd do one, and then I was still trying to figure out really how to do it at that time. And then he's like, let's play the Jenga game. So then we ended up playing that. So it was an entertaining afternoon, but we don't have to babysit tomorrow. But I am still going to bed early, because as soon as the Cubs game was over, which was over at like 10:30 or something like that, I was like, honestly, I'm probably just gonna wind up going to bed. Like, I'm tired. I am, you know, woke up for 3 days, all pretty much almost. Yesterday I woke myself up. I think I told you guys, the dogs woke me up an hour before I actually needed to get up. So like I just felt like I have not slept very well. Last night I slept pretty well, but I actually ended up going to bed kind of late because I had to take a shower and wash my hair last night, which normally winds up taking me a lot longer. So yeah guys, I didn't sleep very well last night, but I felt like honestly Sunday night I slept really well, and then like going into Monday, and I felt really refreshed for Monday even though I wasn't feeling good. Today the same thing too guys. I felt like I was getting a sore throat, and I was like, if it gets a little bit worse, I'm probably gonna wind up taking an allergy pill. And then it went away, and then it started bothering me a little bit more in the afternoon, but then it went away again. So I was like, honestly, I'm not gonna take like an allergy pill if it's just going to like not bother me that much. And I think taking the allergy pill too made my stomach upset, which my stomach was upset again today, and I don't really know like what's going on. I don't know if I have like a bug maybe or something like that too. Like, it's not like I don't feel like full on sick, but it's like a lot of times like most things that I've been eating seem to be upsetting my stomach, which isn't good because like I'm hungry and like I want to eat, but I feel like every time I pick something to eat, it like is upsetting my stomach. But then not eating is also upsetting it, because I told you guys too, like I felt like I was getting a sore throat when I had like allergies and stuff like that. So all the stuff that's like dripping in the back of my throat makes my stomach then upset. And so like not having food in my stomach also makes it upset. So I don't know if it's also too just like a weird combination of like it being with my allergies is what's causing me, like even if I don't notice, like I'm still stuffy and stuff like that, and that's actually what's making my stomach hurt. Because a lot of times if I just have a head cold, it'll cause my stomach to be upset. Which is like, honestly guys, it's really crazy how like when you're little you don't really realize how like one thing kind of has an effect on like something else. But like now that I'm older, I'm like, when I whenever I get a cold, like, normally my stomach winds up hurting too. Like, I also have a really sensitive stomach to just like literally everything. So that makes sense as to why that would be. But yeah, I also edited today. I only edited 2 vlogs. I did do laundry and dishes today, and I also did part of my meal prep as well. Or not meal prep, but I did some produce prep. I got spinach too this week, and I wanted to make my spinach salads, which I'm thinking I'm gonna have to do tomorrow. But the other thing too, guys, that I was really happy about was that I actually ended up reusing our leftovers from Monday. So I made pasta with like a chicken pasta, and I made the chicken in the slow cooker along with the pasta sauce, and then I ended up just adding pasta to it. We had leftover pasta from my cousin's birthday on Sunday, and it was like mostaccioli, but I used what's it called, shells, when I made the dinner for Monday night. But I was like, honestly, and I asked my mom, I was like, you think it's gonna be weird if I just mix the two together? Like, they were both like red sauce, like marinara kind of sauce, and so I was like, do you think it'd be weird if I mixed the two together and like we just end up having you know, I do it as like a pasta bake because today was so cool, so I didn't mind like turning the oven on. So I just did that because for her birthday it was all like vegetarian food anyway, so it didn't have any meat in it already. So I just added the chicken from Monday night along with the leftover pasta, added some mozzarella cheese over the top, baked it in the oven at like 400 for like, I think it was a half hour covered, and then like another 10 minutes uncovered, just so that the cheese got nice and bubbly and everything like that. And then served it up, and everybody finished it tonight. So we finished off all the leftovers, which was really nice. So we had no leftovers because we had a lot left over from Monday, and we still had like the leftovers that my aunt gave us from Sunday. So I had some of those leftovers since there was no meat in it anyway, and then like I said, just mixed the rest in and then turned it into a pasta bake. So I felt like that was a really smart way to, again, like use leftovers that we had without being like, you know, we had pasta 3 days you know, which is a little much. But since it was kind of done in a different way, and it was a pasta bake this time instead of just like fresh pasta, it was like leftovers but baked in the oven with cheese and stuff like that, everybody really seemed to like it. And it was, again, something kind of different, more the same, but you know, a little bit, I think, different enough that it wasn't like the, you know, having the same thing back-to-back nights. And I've told you guys too how when I try and feed people leftovers, they really like have a problem with it for some reason. Like if I'm like, oh, leftovers are for dinner, Matthew will be like, I don't want leftovers. Like, you know, I just ate this yesterday, which we had it on Monday, so it wasn't yesterday. But you know, or like they'll just be so lazy that they can't even reheat it in the microwave themselves or whatever. And so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna be really frugal and do a really fast dinner that we literally already have in the fridge and just throw it in the oven and call it dinner for tonight, which everybody loved, and we ate it all up, which is awesome. So no leftovers, which honestly, guys, I'm really trying to like do that whole like no waste, like no food waste. I really don't like wasting food. And now that we have a composter, all of our like fresh like produce kind of things can all be, you know, recycled, and we can use it in compost. So if, you know, we don't finish eating all of the salad for that week, I can compost it, and we're gonna reuse it then in the garden to make more food, you know. And so that's like one of the things that I think, like, especially now, I'm really trying to like focus on and being like, how can I use this up? Like, I've been trying to feed people leftovers when we have them, or again, in this sense, trying to reuse leftovers in a way that we can use them frugally, and you know, again, switching it up a little bit so that it's not the exact same thing, kind of in a different sense, but still, again, trying to like, you know, no food waste kind of thing. We have a little bit of what's it called, yesterday I made barbecued chicken, and so we have a little bit left over. I was thinking about maybe like throwing in some of those, like do the tostadas, and then you throw like the what's it called, the barbecue chicken with cheese over the top, and can throw them in like the oven. I honestly made some with beans for myself in the toaster oven, and they were so good. So you can even do that too if you like don't want to heat the house up. But that's one thing I was like thinking about. The only thing is that I don't have everything that I need for that. I don't know if I have cheese too. I think I just have the barbecue chicken. So yeah, but anyways, guys, I need to take a shower and get to bed because, like I said, I'm tired. I want to get to bed early tonight. Even though I don't have to be up early tomorrow, it'd be nice to get some extra sleep. If I can get up early tomorrow, that'd be nice so I have more hours in the day, because I don't feel like I could get anything else done tonight because I'm just so tired. But anyways, guys, I'll see you all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.